In the lobby of City Hall, it says people create the quality of their government through participation or neglect. And that's been a theme throughout the city of Wheat Ridge for many years. The council and the mayor and staff have discussed ways for the city to be more in tune with the citizens. And one of the ways that we decided that we could do is have a Civic Academy. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being on the Civic Academy with the city of Wheat Ridge. It's great to see you here this early morning.
The Civic Academy program is an opportunity for citizens to learn the inner workings of their local government and for the city to develop future leaders, ambassadors, citizens who will be engaged in helping move the city forward in the future.
The boards and commissions focus on specific topics, and they provide that feedback from their specific areas to council to help them make their decisions on certain topics.
If council approves contracts, I have to sign the contracts. I sign the ordinances and the resolutions. The mayor also breaks ties. Local government is really closest to the people, and you get to know those folks as a friend or as a associate. That goes for your elected officials, your city staff, and your police department. Everybody working together, and you get to know each other. It's a community. Our fire department now is partially paid, partially volunteer.
On average, we typically have 10 to 15 participants in each program, and I think to date we've had almost 50 people graduate from the Civic Academy.
I think as a citizen of Wheat Ridge, if you're not involved in anything on the municipal level or even volunteering at your church, say, as a citizen, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's time for us to all get serious about that and start doing our part.
I would highly encourage anybody who has any interest at all in their city, the workings of our community, to take part in the Civic Academy. It was just some of the best time that I've spent.
The neighborhood revitalization strategy recommends that the city invests in leadership development, and the Civic Academy is one of the many ways the city is engaging its citizens.
Traditionally, property tax, about 99% of when you pay your property tax goes to the state and the county. Very little of that money comes back to the local community. Most people always think, well, you have a lot of residents, you must be a rich city. And in fact, that's not true.
For the most part, the average citizen has very little to no experience with his or her local government. And the exciting thing about the Civic Academy is we're able to communicate directly with citizens who are interested in getting involved in their local government and help educate them about the exciting things that are taking place in Wheat Ridge that doesn't rise to the level of the local media to capture on the evening news.
Feed the Future is a major program in Wheat Ridge, and the Wheat Ridge Foundation takes those funds, monitors those funds, hopefully grows those funds by good investments.
When I hear some politicians or people in the city saying, well, let's go pick up the garbage every second week in the parks, they'll save us some money. Could you imagine just the garbage is overflowing and the bugs, the wasps, and then your kids trying to play in the parks? That's not going to happen. It's a complete waste of all that investment that we put into the parks.
So people just see the judge on the bench. That's probably about 60% of my time. I'd say 40% is behind the scenes.
They were going to tear Fruitdale down, the school, and the Housing Authority could react quickly with money. So we purchased it from the school district to save it from being, because they had a wrecker ball ready to go.
I learned that it's pretty easy to sit back and complain, but when you actually have the people involved in the various departments explain what they're doing and the difficulties that they encounter, it definitely gave me a different impression and a greater appreciation of the complexities involved with even running a small city like ours.
Construction we have going at 44th and Wadsworth, I started counting up how many people were involved in it, how many agencies, the federal government, the state government, 2 private companies, plus the city, plus the urban renewal. I mean, those are agencies and companies all involved in that piece of property, and we've already, purchased it from 3 separate property owners.
Well, what we have found is since the Civic Academy has been created, we have had quite a few participants actually run for city council, run for elected of office. So it's a great way to get your feet wet, to understand how local government works.
The first time I ran, I lost, which was 6 years ago, and it made me figure I probably should know a little bit more about the city. And so the Civic Academy helped me understand the intertwinings of the city and the county and the state, even the federal government, and gave me a little more education about what the city does.
We were looking at kind of understanding the entire city, how it was organized, how it operated, the budget, the departments, and so that was a great education, because certainly as a layperson, as a citizen, you see some of that. You go to the rec center or you drive down the street and you see a squad car, but understanding how it all works and interconnects is a whole nother level.
The way that the staff makes things work is actually what kind of amazed me, that there's all these people who make stuff happen, and it's not just simply you show up and your roads are paved and the snow's plowed and the police are there. So it was really about all the interactions of the staff.
One of the things that I think I appreciated most out of the academy is how organized it was, and really that allowed to me to show up as a participant and to be delivered a bunch of information in a very kind of efficient manner.
And I had a 2-year-old daughter. I did not want to be one of those 95% who sat at my TV and complained while raising my daughter. There's a problem arises, you know who to go to. If your neighbor calls up and says, I don't understand why they don't plow my street, well, you know a little bit more now about public works and what actually takes place, and you can educate other people. A more educated citizenry will feel much more confident about their city.
Well, in the city of Wheat Ridge, when you say city, it's not the elected officials, it's not the staff, it's really the citizens of Wheat Ridge and the businesses of Wheat Ridge. We're all working together to move things forward, and having citizen participation, citizen input, helps the elected officials, helps city staff make the best decisions possible as we move projects forward or issues forward that benefit the entire community.
One of the things that I love about Wheat Ridge is that it's this small, vibrant community that you can become involved in. And I didn't come from a place where that was accessible.
I really enjoy presenting to the Civic Academy participants because I have a passion for what I do here in the community. Civic engagement is critical to creating change and moving a community forward, and this type of program really lends itself to creating a unique synergy.
Just thanks for the opportunity to be a part of such a wonderful academy, and also to be a part of the city.
The more people we have who can get involved in these things, the better we are going to be as a community, and I think everyone should look at this very seriously who has ever wondered, what can I do for my city?
If you'd like to get involved in the Wheat Ridge Civic Academy, or you'd like more information on this program, please feel free to visit the city website at www.ci.wheatridge.co.us or contact Nathan Mosley, our management analyst,